Hope that you are able to join me. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, I think I said it at public. I hope I did. I'll know in just a minute. I'm going to get my laptop set up and make sure that I can see your comments. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me see how we're doing. I hope everybody is doing well. Let me see. I'm going to check and make sure that I am live and that the video is public. Let's see. Let's see. So let me edit. I'm going to see what I can do on here. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's public. Okay, cool. Welcome to the live chat. I'll give some folks a few minutes to join. If you are new here, I have been working on this pattern called Fist Raised by Jennifer Offenstein. And I'm going to work a little bit more on it today. If you have made it to, I see a few people have made it on. Thank you. If you'll just let me know how the chat is moving along. I have my laptop, so if I look over, it's because I'm checking out my laptop, making sure that I'm good. So welcome to our to the live. I'll start working in just a minute. I'm just trying to pull this up on my laptop and make sure that you guys can see me here and that I can see me. So let's see. Here we go. Turn off the volume. There we go. All right. So glad that you're here. Please jump on if you haven't had a chance to jump on. Let me see. First, I'll go over how many pieces I've made so far for this paper piecing pattern. Say that 3 times fast. I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have just a few more to go to get this completed, but I'll go ahead and get started. This is a, like I said, it is paper piecing. I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I have 4 fabrics that I'm using for this. Oh, I didn't close the door. The dryer's on. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So can you hear me? Let me make sure. I'm going to turn my volume up for just a second. Okay. So I am still working on this. And next week, over the next week, I may just go ahead and finish these so that I can get them cut down on our video when we're live and then start putting everything together. So if you're just coming in, welcome. I have good news. I'm really excited about my projects this week. I can't wait for Finish It Friday. There is so much to share. Hello, Gisela. Hey, 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 welcome. I'm glad that you're joining today. So I have been working on my nephew's quilt. I am super excited about how it's coming together. Hopefully I can finish the top by Friday. And hopefully you saw yesterday's video with the Quilt As You Go panels. Those are going to be really awesome. And then today, after this video, I might work on putting the borders on my rainbow strings quilt. I haven't decided yet, really. But I think those are the projects that I really want to work on. I'm just not sure what I'm going to be doing. But I think that, of course, my nephew's quilt needs to take front and center because I literally only have 2 weeks to get that finished before his birthday. And I will finish it by his birthday. So Oh, thank you, Gisela. That's so kind of you. I really appreciate it. I'm just doing some fun stuff, you know? So I'm glad I can do something I love and share it on YouTube. It's pretty awesome to be able to do this. Um, oh, and I ordered my backing fabric for my nephew's quilt. It's gonna be so cool. And then I actually ordered more of this for another quilt that I have. This is a grunge. I looked up the name because I had to find it, or I didn't have to find it. But when I was on, I ordered from Missouri Star, and they had this in a 108. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of that. I shouldn't even be telling you I should save it, but whatever. It's called Pool, and it has the blues and yellows. And I have a quilt top upstairs that will be perfect for it. And so hopefully next week, I don't know if I'll be able to do it next week. But hopefully soon I'll be able to work on that quilt and get it finished. So I have my first piece. This is the B section on the on my piece of the piece. So let's see what it is. The B section. Oh, okay. So it's the part of the hand next to the pinky. So it's this part of the hand. Okay, so I'm starting on the B section. It has a pretty big, this one has a really big background piece. So I'm just doing it to get it out of the way and make sure that I have the large sections for the background. So piece 1 is our light. Piece 2 is a little sliver of background. And this particular piece is mostly background. And I'm going to take, even though this piece is really big, I'm going to go ahead and yeah, I like the I really like the grunge, and even the one that I'm using on my nephew's quilt, it's a grunge. It's called Grunge Hits the Spot, and it's that gray. It's pretty cute, and I can't wait to share it on Friday. It looks so good. So I have my pieces right side together here. So the fabric is, I mean, it's on the back side of the paper. The wrong side of this first piece is on the paper. So it's right side up, but of course I'm stitching on the paper. All right, so let's see here. I did lower my stitch length. Oh, I have more good news. My machine stopped beeping at me. So it's like been the best last couple days ever because my machine is not beeping anymore. And I think it had something to do with the thread. My thread was the way I had it, you can't really see it, but there's a little thread holder and it's horizontal, but then there's another thread holder that's vertical. And so I had to change out my thread and I put it on the vertical thread holder and it changed it. So now it's not beeping at me anymore. I'm so happy. And I can just sew straight through, because what happens when it beeps is that it stops sewing for just a second, and so it can really slow you down. So I need to bring my trash can over for my little thread pieces. So now I am going to press this 1/4 inch seam, not press, cut the seam allowance off here. Oh, I forgot to do the fold this time, so I'll get back doing the fold. And I was thinking about working on this. Southeast Georgia. Uh-oh. Where in Southeast Georgia, Asante? Welcome to the chat. Glad you're here. 5-yard blended. Okay, I'll do that. Thank you, Gisela. Where in Southeast Georgia? Because I'm in North Georgia. I'm about 45 minutes east of Atlanta. So that's where I am, Asante. I hope I'm saying that right. Let me know where you're from. My hometown is in Southwest Georgia, so we might have a little bit in common there. So glad that you're here on the chat. All right, so next I'm going to do the line between pieces 2 and 3. Last week I had a postcard, but this week I don't see it. This feels a little thick, but it may just have to do for today. as my little folder thingy. So I'm going to go between pieces 2 and 3 here, and it's pretty long. So I hope you guys have been enjoying Vlogmas. I'm having a really great time. It is so fun. And I have uh, now I have a lot of UFOs, and so I think I'm going to have to do a video just about the UFOs that I now have because of Vlogmas. And it's not a bad thing, but you know, it just is. It's just one of those things that happens. So, but it's been really fun, and I love taking on a few new projects. So I'm having a good old time with that. So let's see. Okay. So thank you, Gisela. I appreciate it. All right. So next we're going to go to piece number 3 here. Oh, I already cut the seam allowance. Okay. I was confusing myself. All right. So now I'm going to add this piece, and this is like it's really tiny. Let me show you. All right, so you can see piece 2 is really small, and then so now I'm putting on piece 3. And so I have my fabric here. I've already cut off the seam allowance, and piece 3 is not very big. I need to check the angle though, make sure it's going to cover it. I think it will. It should. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to stitch this one on. Savannah, I love Savannah. Asante is so nice. There, I haven't been in a few years, but I do love Savannah. I like Tybee Island. That's like my favorite beach area. I don't know what it's like. It's been a few years since I went, but the last time I went, I decided that was my favorite place to go. It's so fun. My hometown is Valdosta. So I am my hometown is 20 minutes above the Florida line. So it is now, I guess it's the Wild Adventures theme park. That may be what Valdosta is known for, other than having the winningest high school football team at Valdosta High. Hello, Laura. Welcome. She's from Vancouver, Washington. Glad that you're joining the live today. Okay, so now I'm gonna move this over, get ready for the next piece. So, oh, you're from Conyers. So I am right now, Laura, I am in Loganville, Georgia. So I actually live in the Walnut Grove area. And so I am 10 minutes from Conyers and 10 minutes from Monroe and 10 minutes from Loganville. So I'm off of, yeah. So I'm in that little section. But welcome, Laura. Glad that you're here. You made it all the way to Vancouver, Washington. That's amazing. You're all the way on the other side of the country. All right. And Snellville, of course, is not too far from me. All right. So now we're going to piece number 4. I had something else to say, but I forgot. I told you about my 108s. Told you about my nephew's quilt. Oh my gosh. I talked to my mom about it, and I'm a little bit infatuated with my nephew's quilt. I think it's going to be so cool. And I have, because it's all those stars, but you'll see it on Friday. It's so good. And then I have the other star quilt too, the blue, that I want to put my grandmother's leftover fabric on. But I kind of want to set that on point now. I don't know. But my sewing room now, because of Vlogmas, my sewing room is literally everywhere. I got stuff everywhere. It's not a bad thing, but it just is. There is stuff on top of stuff with all these projects. But honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's a really fun process. Hello, Deb. Welcome. Hey, girl. Hey. Welcome. So glad that you are joining today. Glad you could make it. I've been telling everybody about my project. We are working on Fist Raised today. Just doing a little bit of paper piecing here. I set out 3 pieces. I don't know how much I'll get done. Let me know, guys, what are you working on? Are you sewing? Or are you just having lunch, having a cup of tea? What's going on? This morning I've been stitching my nephew's quilt, and I pulled out that rainbow quilt, but I haven't started sewing on it. And I haven't decided if I'm going to sew on it today, this afternoon, or if I'm going to wait till tomorrow. You make me want to make more today. 20 scrunchies. I've never made a scrunchie, and I've looked at it and I thought about it, but I haven't made it there yet. Probably because I don't really wear them, but it seems like a lot of fun. Oh yes, Deborah. I'm so excited about that. Grits. I love it, Asante. We are grits, and that's like my favorite. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but grits are like my favorite in the world. I love grits so much. So much. So anyway, yeah, so it's red, black, white, and to me, like setting it on point, man, it's gonna be so pretty. And I hate to be like, my nephew's quilt is gonna be pretty because it's for a young man, but it's gonna be so nice. I cannot wait to see what it finishes up as. It's so nice. All right, so I have 4 pieces. I only have one more piece to put on here for this particular part of the block. So it's been pretty fast, even though even though I've been talking through it. So it's not too bad. I'm looking for my this piece. So this is actually the stitching, the special stitches on my machine. It's on this little piece, and it has a little slide out, but you can see right there it's broken. So it just sits on my table now. And I don't really use a lot of decorative stitches, but it was right here for this second, and I needed it right now. So that's why I'm using it. And I'm just using it to fold the creases into my paper here. So welcome. We got 14 people in. So guys, if you haven't had a chance to give a shout out in the chat, please do that. Welcome. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. That would be nice. That helps out the channel. Oh, and just right quick, the pattern, I've said it before, but I'll just say it again right quick. Fist Raised by Jennifer Offenstein. And you can find it free on her website, sewhooked.com. And she has a ton of paper piecing patterns. And and what I like about it is there are lots of hands. So like if you go into her search bar and you type, just type the word hands in her search bar, and there's several that come up. One of them is like the little I love you in sign language. It's so cute. So, if you get a chance and you're interested in doing a little paper piecing just as an experiment or to try something different, feel free to check out her her website. She was really sweet and said that I had permission to show this off on my lives this month. And so I'm really grateful and thankful that she did that. So thank you, Asante. I won't tell if you won't tell. I really appreciate you joining. I'm glad that you are here with me, hanging out. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure that this is going to fit after I fold it over. I don't know. Okay, so if I do it, I don't know. So this is what I'm just kind of moving it around to see how it's going to work. And I think this way will work, but then it's a little bit hanging. Oh, never mind. Okay. All right, I got it. All right, so we're going to just put this on here like this, and hopefully we can get it. We can get it, and it'll be nice, and it'll fill the whole page. So Anybody else? What are you working on? What are you excited about? Let me think what I'm excited about. I don't know. Everything. I'm trying to think of if there are any other projects. Hi, Charmaine. Glad that you made it here. Welcome to the live. Glad you're in the room, in the building. Oh, the aprons. I haven't even thought about making the aprons, but I think I need to start getting that together. And then this week on my scrap video, we're going to be talking about strings and strips that are in your scraps. So that's going to be cool. And then hopefully on Sunday, I can show my nephew's finished quilt top. Tomorrow, well, on Friday, it's not quite finished, so that part won't be completely finished, but hopefully by Sunday, I can have the whole top finished and we can look at it together. Love to see a reaction video. Oh, that would be a great idea. He actually lives in Atlanta. He's not far from me. And on his birthday, he will be, I think he'll be 20. I don't know what year is it? 20, it's 24. I think he'll be 28. I don't know. And so he's the only one who hasn't gotten a quilt. So I'm interested to see. So this piece is done. All right. And so there's the back. And I don't know how well you can see it, but you see those intricate little curves. It makes a curve, even though I did all straight piecing there. It's really nice. So that turned out pretty good. Let's go to the next one. So what I've been doing with these, I have my patterns in this little, Gisela, thank you so much for coming. I'm glad that you are with me and that you were able to join. Have a great day. Be good. That sounds silly. You are a grown-up. But so glad that you were able to join today. I have my pieces in this baggie. So as I finish them, I'm just going to put a new one in here. Athena bag by Knot and Thread. Okay, I'm going to write that down to look it up. Hi, Kathy. Glad that you're here, that you made it. I'm writing down Athena bag. I don't want to write it on something that I'm going to use, but I have to write it on. Oh, wait. Oh, look, I found a postcard. Cool. All right, so Athena bag, Knot and Thread. And I haven't made any fancy bag patterns or any bag pattern other than a really simple bag. And I'm going to do I'm going to make that tote bag for my mom. And that's also very simple. All right. So next we're going to do piece C. And this is the pinky section. So let me show you here. Piece C is the pinky section right here. So that's what I'm going to work on now. It's a little bit more involved. It has a few more pieces and they're little. So yeah, let's see how it works. I need to start with the medium. And I have some pieces cut that oh yeah, so I should be able to cut like this is a little strip of it. Again, making sure to cut it bigger than I think I need. All right, I'm going to start by creasing that between the 1 and 2. Just make sure when you're paper piecing, cut a piece bigger than you think you'll need because you just never know about the weird angles. That's what's gotten me whenever I got stuck and had to rip out. It was the weird angle that was turned, so I needed a much bigger piece. Or I would stitch it in the wrong spot or have it turn the wrong way. All right, and then for my number 2 piece, it has to be the dark. And I'm going to be much happier, I think, with the dark that I switched out last week. This one right here, I think it's going to look better than this one. I'll hold them up together. Okay, you see how this one is much more uniform than this one? It's going to be nice. And I'm going to, let's give this a cut. There were scissors once. Where are my scissors? I don't know. I thought I had scissors over here. I don't know. They have to be here. I could use my rotary cutter. I know that. But I thought I just cut something. I don't know. All right. Oh, I found them. Here you go. All right. So let's cut a sliver of this off. Again, making sure you cut more than you need. And this is way more than I need for this super skinny piece. Okay. Hi, Lenore. Welcome to the live today. So glad that you're here and that you could join. Okay. Let's see. So now I'm gonna just stitch on the line. And it does. It happens all the time. And I'm like, I just literally just had it and it's wherever it is. Okay, I'm doing a back stitch on this one. And then just stitching right on the line. Then I'm going to cut off the seam allowance. I was thinking about the add a quarter ruler for a project like this, but I don't really need it. But I was just thinking about it. Let's see. Okay, shh, I won't tell. I'm glad that you're here, Lenore. Shh, I'll speak quietly. Shh. So we won't tell. All right. I'm going to cut the seam allowance right here. Get my ruler. Does anybody have that add a quarter ruler? What do you think of it? Is it worth the investment? Or am I good just using this little small ruler? And I'll go ahead and say I don't like to buy a lot of stuff. But if it's worth the investment, I'll definitely give it a try. Okay, so the next part is piece number 3. Oh, wait, before I do that, let me finger press this back. I was about to mess up something. Okay, so now we're going to piece number 3. Press. And I'm not sure, this piece is a little bit more involved than the other one, so I don't know how long it's going to take. But we're going to make it work. And again, this is one of our dark pieces. It is really little. So I'm gonna cut the seam allowance on this, but I don't think I'm gonna take it off the other piece. I'm just gonna add a new piece here. One thing that I really like about this pattern is that, and I think this is true with paper piecing in general, is that you can really get intricate angles. You really do with paper piecing. The angles that you get is really, it's really something. I'm going to pull this piece because it's smaller and the angle should be good on here. Thinner. Oh no, Charmaine, I'm sorry. This one is actually, it's a Dritz ruler, but I've had it so long. It's from my very first, like when I first started quilting and I went to Walmart and I got a kit and it was just in. So am I still on? Can you guys hear me? Let me see. Let me see. Hello, hello. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. Good, good, good. All right. So, oh, sorry. Let me turn my sound off on my laptop. All right, good. So let's see. Where was I? So it's from like the very first quilting set I got from Walmart that had a bunch of stuff in it. And it had this ruler, and I don't even think it had a rotary cutter in it. But I've had it forever. And when I have something small like this, it's perfect. I don't really use it for measuring or for anything else except for to get a nice 1/4 inch and cut something. But I've seen the add a quarter ruler. I don't know. It's probably, I probably don't need it, but I've seen it in Joann's, and I think that it would be good for something like this. But if I don't need it, I'm not going to get it. All right. So, oh, I went over the line. No, I didn't. Did I go? No, I didn't. Okay. All right, good. So this is piece number 3, and this should cover it. Let me, oh, you can't see it. So piece number 3 is this little tiny piece. So here we go. And now, and I'm finger pressing these. I think the last time when I made the block, I went to the iron a lot. And I think it was to my detriment because it distorted some of the pieces, because I do press with steam. I love steam, and it works out. So let's see. Now I'm going to piece number 4, which is right here. And I think this is a really tiny, like a really skinny piece for this one. But again, I'm still using a big piece, as big as I can get for it. I tried not to be obnoxious, but I really don't want to get, I don't want the piece to be too small, because then I have to rip. And if I don't have to rip, I don't want to rip. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the 1/4 inch. And again, this piece is our dark. Now I'm going to take a risk and use this skinny piece, but I think it'll be all right because the piece is really skinny. And so, and I like doing the 1/4 inch because you can really line it up easily and you don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna make sure that's in the right spot. Okay, it should be. Okay. And this, the piece that I'm working on, it has 8. There are 8 pieces that you have to get on here. So that's why I say it's more involved than the other one. And some of these I'm back stitching on because of the way they're configured, because I don't want the thread to break as I'm getting ready for the next seam. Does anybody have any questions? Again, if you're working on something while you listen to me talk, that's pretty cool. I'd love to know what you're working on. I am working on this, but I always have so many other projects that I'm thinking about, that I want to try, that I'm looking into. And I think I said earlier, I'm going to make a video with my bottom thread is coming through the top, with my with all the UFOs that I've started for here. Asante has a question about our thread tension. Let's see. Whenever I have a problem with my tension, I just go to my manual, and hopefully that will work. Whatever the manual says. Anybody else? She says, I'm struggling trying to correct my tension on my machine. The bottom thread is coming through to the top. Any solutions? I'm trying to think. So does that mean that the top, it kind of looks like the train tracks? Is that right? And then the bottom, like when that happens to me, one side looks really good, and then the other side looks like train tracks. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let me think here. I would have to go get my manual to be able to, but I would just do whatever the manual says. Have you tried with the bobbin at all? I would be nervous messing with the bobbin on my regular machine. And anybody else, y'all chime in, please, because I do not want to tell her anything wrong, and you guys may have more knowledge about that than I do. So anyone, please feel free to chime in. I don't know everything, and I wouldn't claim to. All right, for my piece number 5, I have the light. So that's what this is. All right. And then lining it up here. What do you, I mean, adjusting the tension on the bobbin. Of course, on my machine, the bobbin tension is the last thing that you would adjust, but I did, like on one of my machines, it says do something with the bobbin, but I don't, because the bobbin does have a little screw on the side. Yeah. So, but okay. So if you're new to sewing, Asante, don't mess with the bobbin. But there should be a tension knob on. It's either like right where the needle is, like mine is right here, and it has numbers on it. And no, Asante, don't do the bobbin. Don't do it. Don't do it. Not if you're new to sewing, because you really need. I would say you need something to be able to measure the tension on the bobbin. I would do the top thread. Okay, okay, good. We got some tips going in there. So let's see. So what did your Asante, what did your manual say about it? Did it say that the tension was too tight or too loose? And then I agree with Lenore, rethread and try do the needle, change out the needle. You might be using a needle that's too small, maybe. Like for example, if you're using a 9014 and you need an 8011, or you might be using an 8011. All right, so okay, it said too tight. Oh, now in my manual, I wish I had one with me. It has a diagram of like the way to turn the needle, and so it says if it's too tight, I wish I could remember. The top tension is probably too high. Rethread the bobbin. Okay, thank you, Deborah, because I can't remember, and I always have to check the manual when that happens. So I'm going to number 6 now. Thank you, Quilt community, because I'm not a novice, but if I don't have my manual, then I'm not really sure what to do. What kind of thread are you using in the top thread? The bobbin was pre-threaded with the machine. Okay, so thank y'all so much for helping. And Asante, I hope that we can get some answers to you. Oh, so dark. This is for me, this is going a lot better than it went the first time. I feel a lot more at ease, but it could be because I'm completely talking through it, and so I don't feel the stress of it. But I'm adding piece number 6. It is a dark piece, and this one's going to be finished before I know it. Okay. And also, I don't know if this matters, Asante, but if the thread on the top and the bottom, if they're different weights, that might adjust the tension. That might have something to do with the tension. Y'all chime in. Let me know if that's right. Like if the for example, if the top thread is a 50 weight and the bottom thread is a 40 weight, then it could affect the tension. So you might have to check that too. But Deborah said, oh, wait, Deborah's tip was lower the number. So instead of like mine goes from 9 to 1. So lower it just a little bit at a time. And then see if that helps. But I don't know what kind of pre-threaded, pre-wound thread your bobbin came with, but if it's a different weight, or if that other thread is like polyester and you're using cotton in the top, I think all of those things make a difference. So just double check that. But I mean, it may be as simple as just moving that, changing the needle, rethreading the machine, So, and you may want to, you might want to try it also to thread a bobbin with the same thread that you have in the top, and just see if that helps also. And I know this is a lot, Asante. We're telling you a lot of different things. So, oh, that's a good idea. Also checking your bobbin, making sure it's turning in the right direction. Okay. Ooh, we're getting close, y'all. So let's see. Now I'm on a light. And it's just hitting me that I haven't eaten anything today, y'all. So whoever's cooking lunch, I'll be with you. I'll head that way. Just let me know where we're eating. Cotton on top. I'm not sure was in the pre-threaded bobbin. Okay, well I would wind a bobbin with your top thread also, and just make sure. Thank you, Lenore. That makes sense. That pre-threaded, pre-wound bobbin, it may be a polyester. So, but Asante, the main thing though is just keep sewing, and the tension stuff happens all the time. So don't freak out if you can't get it right, because it happens all the time. And usually the solution is simple. You know, so rethreading or just moving that number down one, that could help too. And let us know, you know, after you no, I think she's saying that the polyester thread is usually in the pre-wound bobbins. So you may have to, like if your top thread is cotton, rethread a bobbin with cotton thread. And I don't know if those sometimes those pre-wound bobbins can't be reused. So I'm not saying that take that thread off, but do a new bobbin with the same thread that you have in the top. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully all of our people have come together. And let us know, Asante, like once you let us know what ends up working, because once you know how to do it, you'll know how to do it every time. It'll be easier. All right, so I'm on the last one. Now this is that crazy, I think it's going to be a crazy angle. So you know, so I have to cut a giant piece just to make sure it's going to cover it. And this is my least favorite part of this. And if you weren't on the chat earlier, I have more of this fabric. I ordered some from Missouri Star. I'm very excited about it. This one is a grunge and it's called Pool, and it has blues and yellows and stuff in it. And I got it as a 108 for a quilt backing for one of my quilts. And so also because of that, I actually have probably about 2 yards upstairs because I ended up using it for another quilt back. So now I have a whole bunch of it upstairs, but I'm going to get it in a 108 so I can back another quilt with it. And that one I can't wait to share. And sometimes the pre-wound won't work with the little bobbin slip. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see. Still stitching, hoping that it works. Okay, so let's see. All right, let's see. Okay, so we got this last piece here, and it's on, and it's going to cover it. So I'll show you. Hooray. Yay for us. We have done it. And I'm going to go ahead and cut just around the outline of this piece so I don't have as much to cut off later. And then I think, y'all, we might have time for one more piece. I don't know. Or we might take time for one more piece. And then I have some decisions to make. Guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. For my afternoon, nephew's quilts or rainbow string quilts. which one, if it was you, what would your idea be for an afternoon project? So that's the back. And again, this is the pinky. No, that's not the pinky. This is the pinky. Okay. So yay. Let me know what your vote is. Rainbow quilts. I'm going to put a, what is it called? A piano keyboarder on that rainbow quilt. And I'm either going to do it today or tomorrow. So either way, it's getting done. Okay, great. Asante, I'm glad we could help. I hope we could help. Or I hope I could help. So what's your vote? Rainbow quilt or nephew's quilt? For my nephew's quilt, I'm still sewing the thank you, Asante. I'm still sewing the blocks into the rows on that one. And oh man, it's so cute. All right, so I need a medium piece for this. And then I have to, it's kind of complicated because of all the sewing that I have to do. So I can't even to try to explain it. It's hard for me to even try to explain it. But yeah, so I need to work on getting it together. And then I have to do the setting triangles, and then I'm going to have to go, I think I got to go back to the quilt shop because of the corner triangles. Oh, thank you, Charmaine. You right. You are right. You are right. You are correct. There is a deadline. I should work on it because of the deadline. Thank you for making me think responsibly. But I only have 3 rows to stitch together, but I have to stitch, like the rows that I'm stitching are kind of half rows. So I have to go back and sew 2 rows together to make one actual row. And next week on Sunday, when that video comes out, then you'll have a better understanding of what I'm talking about. But it is, I think it's just going to be so great. I'm so excited to see it. Like, it's so cute. So cute. And then the piano keyboarder, I don't think it'll take long to sew, but I have to sort through all of those strings and like sort them by size and then sew them all together. And then like, it's a lot. So you are probably right. I should work on my nephew's quilt because one, it'll be easier and it's so pretty. Y'all have no idea. Like, I mean, you have an idea, but I think the part that I really like is when you take the quilt from when it's laid out on the floor and there's all these big gaps, and then as you sew it together, it starts to shrink up just a little bit. Oh, it's so cool. And I think that it's still going to be pretty big. I should close my rotary cutter. It's still going to be a large size quilt easily, but like just figuring out exactly how it's going to flow is, oh, it's so good. So good. So we have two votes for nephew's quilt. Is there anybody who's like string quilts forever? You know, focus on the string quilt, or are we all in agreement that the deadline takes precedent over the other sewing? I think you guys are so responsible. So let's see. All right, so my next piece is a background piece. Oh, I forgot to press that out. So the next piece is a background piece. Okay, very good. Let's get a background piece, see how big it is. So I'm pulling from my smaller sections. Thank you, Lenore. Thank you, Magda. Hi, Magda. Welcome to the video. Glad that you're here. If I didn't say hello to you before, it's good to see you in the chat. Yeah, and I think that, oh, it's just going to be so pretty. But I'm going to have to go back to the fabric store, I think, because I measured wrong for my setting triangle, or for my corner triangles. So if I go ahead and get it finished today, then I can get to the fabric store tomorrow. I think I got to get like the thought of the fact that I have to probably get like half a yard of fabric to finish the to finish it out. That is a little bit. Oh wow, South Africa. So glad that you're able to join. Let's adult today and remember the I don't want to adult. I really don't, but I will. And like my only thing, the other part is that once I'm working on it, oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. Like I can't believe it. It's so nice. And he's going I'm going to love it, and I am going to actually give it to him for his birthday, but like he might have to pry it from my freshly lotioned hands because it's so nice. And then I have to think about the quilting. I did order the backing from Missouri Star, along with this pull fabric. And what happened, I think that the algorithm got me. I went searching on there. Hi, Suze. Welcome. Glad that you're able to join. This is Suze from Revelation Quilts, guys. If you haven't checked out her channel, please check it out. She does amazing, awesome things. So, yes. So if you haven't checked her out, please check her out. Oh, I forgot what I was saying. It's gone now. I ordered the backing fabric, and I looked on there for 108s, and then the next day after I looked on there, they were 40% off. That was on Sunday. And so then I went back, the 3-yard cuts. So the 108 3-yard cuts on Sunday were 40% off. And then I went back Monday, and they were not on sale anymore. And then when I went back, they sent their regular email, and I scrolled down, and they had the exact color that I wanted for $12.98 a yard. So I think it's just the algorithm. They just make sure that that you get it. But I also used Patty Mac Makes her discount code, and so I got 20% off. So I got 6 yards of 108 fabric for like $50 or something. So no, it was more than that because I got free shipping. So like, I don't know, $60. Maybe it was more than that because yeah. Have I chosen a quilting pattern? I have not, but I really love the Baptist fan. Like I just really love that pattern in the quilting, but I haven't decided. But I do have a new pattern that I haven't used. It's called, let me see. It's called String. And I don't know if you can see that. Like it looks very masculine. So I was thinking about that one, but I don't know because all the stars are so angular. So I don't know. But I do like this one. My other favorite, I'm sorry to leave the camera, is African Samba. Where is it? I don't know. But African Samba, oh, here it is. So my other favorite is this one. I love this pattern on a quilt. Yeah, that Baptist fan, it goes like with everything. It's so nice. But I do like this one. I don't know yet. And then I have several other ones but I haven't made it there yet because I got to finish putting the top together. Um, but I got to play around with it and double check before I make a final decision. But yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to get it on the long arm. But I also can't wait to get the rainbow string quilt on the long arm. But also, I can't wait to get the Jacob's Ladder quilt on the long arm. But also, um, the one that I'm getting this other pool fabric from, that's my Jamaican Sunrise quilt, which is a Drunkard's Path. I want to put them all on the long arm. So there's so many projects, so many things that I want to do. But I know that his quilt has to come first. So you guys have convinced me to adult this afternoon. And so I will work on his quilts. Plus, I really want to because it's so pretty. Oh man, it's gonna be awesome. So, yes, so fun. And I hope that you guys are quilty, creating, enjoying yourselves. Like I really am having a good time. I'm enjoying this live. And believe it or not, I am finishing up the third of my pieces. Okay, so this is what I had set out to do, and I am getting it done today on the pieces. I'll pull out everything that we've done, and I might try to lay it out so you can see it. Yes, and Charmaine, the problem is, and I think this is because of Vlogmas, that I have new projects because I did like 3 bow tie blocks, and so like now, okay, I have to do a bow tie. I'm not gonna do it. I might not do it, but I also might do it. And then I was thinking about this Jacob's Ladder block, and there's a block very similar that uses the same pieces. It's called the Buckeye Beauty, and instead of it being a 9 patch, it's a 4 patch. So it's so pretty. Like it would be so pretty. Actually, I could show you. No, I can't. Yes, I could, but no. Gotta focus. Got stuff to do. So here is my last piece. This is the J piece. And so here that is. And of course, I have to go back and cut along the cutting line is the lighter line. The stitching line is the darker line. All right, so we have 8 pieces that I've done. This is my you can't see it, but I'm going to put my not trash, but put my extra fabric pieces in here. I did go upstairs and get a container for this, so now it can all go in this container. I don't know why I hadn't done that, but I went upstairs and I did have a container. So here's my container. But let me show you what we have so far. And I am going to lay it out. It is going to look so silly, but we'll do it anyway. Thank you, Charmaine. I love this quilt. Like I can't wait. But the baby was originally due in August, but in October. But now, I didn't even think about this. But now the baby's coming at the end of August. So I guess I have to do a little bit more adulting and get that Jacob's Ladder quilt finished first. Yes. Second. My nephew's quilt, then the Jacob's Ladder. But y'all just look at it. Look at that. Okay, focus. All right, so pretty. All right, so let's see. Here is what we have so far. I'm going to kind of set them up so you can see what they might look like. But again, you really won't because they're still really big. But I don't have much more to go. And I might do this off camera because next week I think I want to sew it together. And then the week, let's see, next week or the last Wednesday of the month, I'll be back at work. So I won't be able to do a live unless I sneak off, but I don't know that I'm going to do that. All right, so I'm going to lay these out. So the pieces I have are C and B, okay, K, E, A, and J. All right, and H. All right, so this is like really rough, really rough. But this is the in reverse order. So L is going to be down at the bottom here. And then let me pull my paper up. K is on the side like this. And then let's see, what else do I have? I have B is going to be right here. And I know it's janky because of the extra fabric. And then C, all right, A is going to be up in the top corner. What else do I have? G is right next to K. Well, sort of. Then H is, how is this? Oh, wait, I have J first. So J is up at the top of K. Again, jankiness because of extra fabric. J, K, then H. Okay, then G. All right, and I don't have F yet, but E is right next to C. So like it's really, oh, there's so much extra fabric. Let me cut this one off. But it really comes together nicely. And I think I'm doing a much better job on this one than the last one. So it's pretty cool. So so that's part of it. And then there's a D and an I up here. And then there's an F. So I only have 3 more pieces to go. Let me make sure that's right. Yep, that's correct. So D, I, F. So these are the last 3. The A is just the one piece. So I'm just going to flip it over, put the fabric wrong side down, and then cut it out. But then all the rest of these are here. So not too bad. Not too bad. So I am very excited that you all got to join me today. I'm going to, sorry, that looks weird. So I'm going to sign off very shortly. Are there any questions, any comments? Thank you guys so much for helping Asante. Again, Asante, let us know how it's going with that thread. We definitely want to help. Are there any, if there are not any questions, anything, then I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Oh, I'll make sure my microphone's still on. Any questions, anything? Thank you so much. The plan is for next Wednesday, we'll come back, be together again, and then I will probably over the weekend or sometime next week get everything done. Suze, that is a great question. I do have, let me see. If I have a book, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I do have a book. And usually I keep track of everything sort of in the book. But if I can't find the book, then that's different. But hold on. It's in here. I'm sorry to leave the camera, but I want to find the book. But it may not be down here, but it's gotta be down here. I don't know. It's in here, Suze, somewhere. But I have a book that I keep my ideas and stuff in. Now I'm like, where's the book? But yeah, I do have a book that I keep my my projects in. And right now it has like whatever I'm working on. I write down what that idea is. I date it. I try to write down the steps for what I need to do. For example, before 2024, I wrote down all of my UFOs. There were like 17 of them. And I wrote down, this is the UFO. This is what I need to do step by step by step by step. And so as I've finished those, I crossed them off. Right now, I think I've finished I don't know, I want to say 4 UFOs that were from last year, excuse me. But I also have several that are new, like the butterfly quilt that I did, the rainbow trip around the world. So now I want that book so bad. But I keep a list of like what I need to do for them, and I don't really go back and forth to it often. But like if there's a step that needs a specific number of something, I definitely will write it in there, and I'll do like check marks. So if I need, um, say I need 2.5 inch squares, and I got to cut them, so I'll cut them, and I'll document how many I have cut. I really want the book now, Suze. Um, but I try to typically have 3 going on. That's kind of my magic number most of the time. So like right now, the big ones, my nephew's quilt is number 1. I guess if I had to pick one, maybe this one would be one, the fist raised, but I'm only doing that during the lives, but I will have to finish it up over the weekend. And then what would my third be? Maybe now the third needs to be that Jacob's Ladder quilt. So we got to get it going. So 3 oh no, that's not right. But it's gonna have to be right. So the string quilt, the rainbow string quilt would be another one, and then the Jacob's Ladder. Because I really need to finish the rainbow string. There's a reason I need to finish that, but I'll get to it there. So I wrote down all of my UFOs, and I wrote specifically, like for the Scrappy Bricks quilt, I wrote, make the binding, batting and backing, put a border on it, then quilt it. So I write it in order like that. And then as I do it, I cross it off. So like for my nephew's quilt, I know where the book is. I know where it is. We'll take a quick, not commercial break, but I know where the book is. I'm coming. I'm coming. Okay. Okay, I'm coming. I don't know if you can hear me, but okay. I found it. That's very random. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's see. Here's the book, and I'll show you. This is just an example of some of them. Okay, so for example, let's see. For my postage stamps, I wrote down every single thing that I need to do. For the Jacob's Ladder, every single thing that I need to do. Okay, and then at the very bottom, the Scrappy Bricks quilt, that's all crossed out because it's finished. But I did that at the very beginning of, I did that on December 2nd. So, and then as I get ideas, I write them down. And so I have, these are my ideas for like when I did the t-shirt quilt, I wrote it down. And that was the idea. And then I made a little diagram, all that. And then for the trip around the world, the rainbow trip around the world, same thing. So even if I'm not like keeping track of it, I try to write down my new ideas here so that I can find them. And then even for like the graduation quilts, all of the notes are there from that. The only thing that I still need to do is sitting over there. That graduation quilt is still sitting over there. It needs to go. It needs to go to Valdosta, Asante. It's got to go down to South Georgia. Okay. So, and then here's my nephew's quilt. These are all the notes. And then this is the design. This is what I need to finish it. And then this is from the first live video. But yes, so I have a book. This book, I don't think they have this, but I got it at Joann's. It's so cute. And it's like the vintage simplicity patterns. So I really like it. Or the simplicity pattern images, something like that. And then I also got the simplicity umbrella that went with this. And it had, it's so pretty. And the umbrella broke. but I am still going to save it and take the fabric and make something out of it because it's so pretty. But anyway, so I hope that answers your question, Suze. I'm sorry that I ran upstairs and all that, but I did find it. So I'm excited that I have it. So that's what I do to kind of keep track or to, to know what's going on. So far, this is fun. For my 2024 quilt finishes, that's the list of everything that I finished so far. It includes UFOs, commissions, new quilts that I've started, all of that. So let's see how many are on the list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 finished quilts so far. And then I also, if it's a commission, I write down how much I charge for it, and whatever the quilt is, I write what type it is. So the first quilt I finished was a Bargello. And so I write that there in the little type. So it's a good way to keep track of everything. But the last quilt that I finished was on June 26th. So I got some work to do, but thankfully I got 2 more quilts to do by the end of the month, or by the end of August. So yes. Are there any more questions before I let you guys go? Thank you so much for joining me. I really, really, really appreciate it. And Suze, honestly, I appreciate your question because I would have been looking for this book. And so I'm glad I have it now. All right. So I don't see any more popping up in the chat. So guys, thanks again for joining me. I really appreciate it. I really had a lot of fun. So I hope you guys had a good time. If you were working on stuff, I hope that you made a little bit of progress. I'm excited that I got 3 more pieces done for this fist raise. Can't wait to see it all together. We'll work on that next week. And this is a bag with some fabric in it, but I think I'm going to save it until Friday. I think I'll put it on the Finish It Friday because I've been on a long time today. But I'm going to save this for Friday. It is gorgeous. And I'll be honest, when I saw it and they were like, I said, how much is on the bolt? Because I was going to get it for my nephew's quilt. And it wasn't enough to do my nephew's quilt, but I still bought what was left on the bolt because that's what you do. But I think it's going to be lovely. It's perfect. So it's coming up on Friday. Also, there's some Happy Mail for Friday too. In addition to my Finish It Friday, I'm hoping to get my nephew's quilt top finished today, so it can definitely be on for Friday. Let me know, even after this goes live, you have questions, please leave those in the comments. I love to answer your questions. I know that it might take me a while to get back to them, but still appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for everything today, and I will see you next time. Be good. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Have a great day.